Japanese ship caught with dead whale in Australian sanctuary. Despite its whaling program having been ruled illegal by the International Court of Justice in 2014, Japan continues to antagonize the global community with its despicable practices. On January 15th, conservation organization Sea Shepherd posted these disturbing photographs of a dead minke whale aboard the Nishin Maru, the primary vessel of Japan's whaling fleet. As the Japanese fleet traveled through the Australian whale sanctuary in the Southern Ocean, the ships must have caught sight of the whale and killed it. They weren't as covert as they needed to be, because a Sea Shepherd helicopter spotted the whale's carcass lying on the fencing deck of the Nishin Maru. Realizing they were exposed, the crew of the whaler factory ship tried to cover its tracks, spreading a blue tarp over the body of the dead whale. The fleet's harpoon ships then quickly followed suit, covering their deadly weapons in the hopes that the world might never know. Animal activists can thank Sea Shepherd for their tireless efforts to reveal Japan's slaughtering of these massive, majestic creatures, for which the country consistently maintains is for scientific research. The discovery of the unlawful whaling comes just a day after Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe met with Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull in Sydney. This is the first dead whale seen since Japan was ordered to end its Antarctic hunt, when the ICJ concluded that the scientific research being conducted was illegitimate. Japan's been whaling for a while. Want to learn more about their scientific research?
UN court says Japan has enough scientific info on how whales die. Japan has long flouted an international ban on whaling, saying the kills are needed for scientific research. But in early April, a UN court said Japan has enough info on how whales die and ruled against scientific whaling. Critics argue scientific whaling is a cover for the whale meat industry. And reports indicate many Japanese aren't that fond of whale meat anyway. Japan allegedly has huge stockpiles of whale meat due to low demand. To abide by the UN ruling, Japan canceled its Antarctic whaling season on April 3rd. If Japan permanently stops whaling, it could have serious fundraising consequences for groups like PETA and Sea Shepherd. These brave TV whale savers may be forced to turn to liberating captives held at SeaWorld, or freeing pet fish from aquarium stores. Smaller intelligent aquatic mammals are still fair game, and the annual sacred dolphin hunt in Taiji will go on as scheduled, allowing locals to maintain a healthy amount of mercury in their diet. We do, however, have some sympathy for all those poor Japanese scientists. How are they supposed to research whale killing now?
Japan resumes whale slaughter, defying international law. After a one-year hiatus, Japan is resuming its whale hunts in the Antarctic. Again, maintaining the slaughter is for scientific research. In 2014, the International Court of Justice said, Japan's claims for the justification of its whaling practices were not rooted in scientific research and should stop. But despite calls from the international community to halt the exhibition, 333 minke whales will be hunted down and slaughtered between now and March of 2016. The number represents a reduced kill target compared to years past, down roughly 2/3 from previous hunts. Over the next 12 years, Japan plans to capture and slaughter 4,000 whales for the stated purpose of building a body of research. Its attempt to prove the whale population is large enough for commercial whaling to return. An international whaling moratorium took effect across the world beginning in the 1985-1986 season. But Japan has used the scientific research loophole to conduct its annual slaughter ever since.